Breaking right now, at least 5 people are dead. 40 buildings have collapsed in Nashville, Tennessee, after tornadoes ripped through the area.
And thunderstorms are on the way to North Georgia. I'll let you know when they'll arrive and talk about the severe weather risk here.
You should not travel to certain sections of Italy or South Korea. Those advisories may expand.
Airlines around the world now suspending service to coronavirus hotspots, and experts warn there's more to come.
I suspect we'll see other cases, and I hope all of them go as smoothly as this did.
And there are 2 confirmed coronavirus cases right here in Georgia. How your local officials are laying out plans to deal with the outbreak. Good morning. Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday. It's March the 3rd. I'm Gurveer Dinsa.
And I'm Brittany Miller. We have so much to get to this morning. Happy Tuesday, by the way. Let's start with weather and traffic. Weather-wise, the rain just keeps on coming, Fred.
It's coming back, and some heavy downpours, some thunderstorms, Brittany, as well in the forecast. If you are flying out of Hartsfield-Jackson today, if you have someone coming in, keep a close eye on the weather. Download the updated CBS46 app for the latest on these thunderstorms that are heading our way. It's 62 right now in Atlanta. Big picture, severe weather with tornadoes in the Nashville area overnight. Still dealing with that in Tennessee this morning. This area of thunderstorms to our west, and a tornado watch over parts of Alabama. No tornado watch over Atlanta, but we are continuing to keep a very close eye on this area of thunderstorms in particular, which is around Birmingham, and you can see that getting into the Atlanta area by about 9 o'clock this morning. Also, some storms now moving up into Gordon County, so up into Calhoun. So if you are traveling up 75 this morning, you will run into some rain. The greatest risk for rain in our area and some thunderstorms is between about 9 o'clock this morning and about 1 o'clock this afternoon. And those downpours could be torrential, leading to some ponding on the roadways. Speaking of the roadways, here's Rodney Harris with a check on your pinpoint traffic.
Good morning to you, Fred. Here's a live look at I-20 eastbound. This is at Fulton Industrial Boulevard, where your volume is starting to pick up as we get closer to the 7 o'clock hour. So on the pinpoint traffic map, we're going to take you 3D this morning. This is I-20 right around Six Flags in Cobb County. As we continue eastbound for your commute, you can see how that orange continues all the way up to Fulton Industrial. So you are starting to have to slow down on I-20 as you come out of Douglas and Cobb County. So we're going to continue to keep you up to date on the latest traffic. No crash to report on the interstates right now, but we are watching for you, and we'll let you know the moment that something occurs. With more weather and traffic in under 10 minutes.
Definitely some good news there, Rodney. Thank you. All new right now at 6, there are 105 cases of coronavirus here in the U.S., including two cases right here in Georgia. All those cases are in 12 states. California has the most, and 6 Americans are dead as of now, all from the same nursing home in Washington state. The Trump administration says up to 1 million people could be tested for coronavirus by the end of the week. President Trump plans to visit Atlanta on Friday. It'll be his first trip to the CDC.
And those 2 coronavirus cases, of course, confirmed here in Georgia, Brittany, are in Fulton County. Last night, state health officials were trying to ease your concerns. CBS 46's Ayanna Crystal is live at the state capitol this morning with what Governor Kemp wants you to know. I think he really wants to let people know, Ayanna, that there's no reason to panic.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Gurveer. Governor Kemp said there is no reason for people to panic and everyone should remain calm. State officials have been preparing for this for weeks, but now that 2 coronavirus cases have been confirmed here in Fulton County, officials are working around the clock to prevent the coronavirus from spreading. We have learned that one of the individuals had recently returned from Milan, Italy, and experienced symptoms a few days later. Both of the affected patients live in the same home and are under self-quarantine. The CDC recommends it's safer for the public to have them isolated in their home instead of being hospitalized. Kemp spoke with Vice President Pence, and he assured the governor that he and the president are looking into these coronavirus cases, and we know President Trump will be here on Friday to meet with the CDC. Kemp formed a new coronavirus task force for Georgia on Friday, and the governor said that played a big role in being proactive with these cases. But right now, health officials are working to prevent the coronavirus from spreading here in Georgia.
We must remain vigilant for medically fragile populations, including the elderly and those with existing health conditions. He mentioned that Americans should continue to use best practices for prevention, regular hand washing, avoiding contact with those who are sick, and obviously staying at home if you're not feeling well.
We don't know exactly where these individuals live in Fulton County, but we do know that state officials are working to identify everyone that may have been exposed to these individuals while they were infectious, and those who have been identified, they are being closely monitored. That's the latest in Fulton County. Ayanna Crystal, CBS 46 News.
Ayanna, thank you. We also know the coronavirus is taking a toll on travel. Vice President Pence is scheduled to meet with airline executives tomorrow and then cruise CEOs this weekend.
Delta and American already suspending flights to and from Milan, Italy. Delta is also going to waive change fees for all flights that are booked through March 31st for any international destination. So here's the thing, even if you don't have a flight overseas, you may still have concerns about getting on a plane. Experts have some tips that you need to remember before every trip.
When you get on the plane, take 15 seconds. That's all it takes. And take some antiseptic wipes and wipe down all the surface areas that your skin might touch. The tray table, the armrest, the seat back. And don't forget the nozzle above your head. That's 15 seconds, total elapsed time. You're going to be just fine.
Right now, the CDC is at 11 U.S. airports where travelers are entering the country. They'll be doing health screenings.
Amtrak is joining the airlines in making policy changes to deal with the coronavirus outbreak. The railroad service is waiving change fees on travel reservations, so that waiver applies to tickets purchased by April 30th. Amtrak says it will monitor the situation and adjust that policy as necessary. We'll keep you updated on that. Big question right now, though, who is at risk for the coronavirus? CBS 46 answering this question spoke to a doctor who says it really depends on your age, your health, and your travel history. Just like the flu, people over the age of 65 and under the age of 4 are more at risk.
Problem is people have gotten accustomed to the flu. They know it happens. They know people survive. They know what to do. They know to come see us. They know how to take care of themselves.
Dr. Romeo tells us if you are considered more at risk and experiencing any flu-like symptoms, you may want to go to the emergency room. Now, if that does not apply to you, go to your regular doctor. And of course, taking precautions like washing your hands and not touching your face are always great ideas.
And Brittany, we are on top of the breaking news situation happening right now in Nashville, Tennessee after a devastating tornado outbreak overnight. Local news now reporting 5 people at least have been killed there, and they fear the death toll could rise as officials continue to search for injured victims. And take a look at these images. The National Weather Service confirming at least 2 tornadoes ripped through the state, including through the metro Nashville area. At least 40 homes and buildings collapsed. Tens of thousands of people lost power. In fact, the emergency officials right now just tweeting that nearly 50,000 people are still without power at this hour. As you can imagine, it is all hands on deck there as authorities go house to house on foot to check on people in those impacted areas. And the National Weather Service will be out assessing the damage today to determine just how strong those tornadoes were. Of course, the situation is very fluid. Stay with CBS 46 for updates on air and online at the CBS 46 live desk. I'm Carolyn Ryan.
Carolyn, thanks so much for that update. It is now 6:39 and a Putnam County town won't have water for at least 2 days. The city of Eatonton blaming a water main break on Oak Street. We should also tell you there's a boil water advisory. Crews are trying to make repairs. Putnam County schools are closed today, but all 12-month employees are required to report to Putnam County High School. 6:39, Fred's back with a look at our pinpoint weather. Fred, do we have a concern for severe weather today?
It's a low risk, Revere, today of severe weather. 1 out of 5, though, so it's not a 0, something for us to keep an eye on. We're watching the pinpoint radar very closely. You should download the CBS 46 app so you can be alerted of any weather situations that develop as the morning goes on. First thing you'll note when you step outside this morning is how warm it is. It's in the low 60s now in Atlanta at 62 degrees. Second thing is go back inside, grab the umbrella, and make sure you have it with you because we have rain on the way, and that rain is going to be heavy at times. Have thunderstorms showing up over central Alabama. Southern Alabama now is portions of central and southern Alabama are under a tornado watch until 11 o'clock this morning. There's a severe weather to our north. Let's get a little bit closer here. This is now closing in on Birmingham and timing it out. It gets into Atlanta right around 9 o'clock this morning, at least the heavier part of it. The initial rain may move in before then. As you can see, it is expanding off to the east. We also have some thunderstorms that are up in Gordon County this morning, moving through Calhoun, also northern Paulding and northwest Cobb County, catching some downpours right now. and there's more on the way. So between about 9 o'clock this morning and 1 o'clock this afternoon, our greatest risk for some very heavy downpours with some thunderstorms. By late this afternoon, this disturbance will be moving away from us, and this could be the best weather that we see over the next few days later this afternoon, because rain is coming back at us and potentially in a big way.